Thanks, everyone. And thanks to that Adams Morgan Main Street group putting this event together. My name is Lisa Colon. I am the owner and trainer of KissAble Canine, a family pet training company and behavior modification business located in the DC area. And I wanted to talk a little bit about recalls today. Recalls, also known as asking your dog to come when called. Now, who out there has their dog come to them 100% of the time? Oh, we got a hand up, 100%. For that one, for that dog. 50% of the time. 50% of the time. Never, absolutely never comes when called. God forbid this dog is ever off leash. Anyone? Couple hands over there. Okay. Good, well, step on up. I often hear from pet owners and some of my potential clients that my dog does come when called, but only when he wants to. So these 10 reasons, although not nearly a comprehensive training protocol, are some great learning points for you and your dog to take home with you today and start practicing. And Sheila has some handouts for you guys to read along or stick in your pocket for later. Now, whether you're installing this behavior new or you're trying to teach recalls for the first time, these are my top 10 reasons for you. Now, my first reason your dog comes when called is because you practice 3 to 4 times a day for absolutely no reason but to reward your dog. Now, what do I mean by reward? I mean, maybe you give them a piece of cheese, you play a little chase the squeaky toy, some praise, some affection, and you've called him several times a day, maybe from your bedroom while you're getting ready for work, pouring yourself your morning cup of coffee, coming in from getting your mail. Absolutely no expectation but your dog to approach. Trying to build this into an everyday engagement with your dog. The second reason your dog comes when called, which pairs very nicely with number 1, is you return your dog back to playing or sniffing or whatever previous activity that they were doing before you called them to you. So now not only are you calling your dog to you, but you say, it's okay, go back. Sniff the hydrant. Sniff the other dog. Suddenly coming to you when called isn't so suspicious. That there isn't some hidden agenda behind it. Okay, just come to me, reward, off you go. My third reason your dog comes when called is that you have not overexposed him to the verbal cue, come, or here puppy, or come to me boy, whatever your verbal marker is. I want you to just wait on adding come to your dog's recall until you get your approach 4 out of 5, maybe 5 out of 5 times. Wait till your dog is giving you that nice recall and then start begin adding the word come. Okay? By overexposing your dog to the come, meaning come here, come on, come here. I've taught come here, come on, come here, come on, means come to me. I really only want to say it once and I expect a response to it. So let's avoid adding it too soon. Okay, so we're not desensitizing our dogs to the word. Now my fourth reason your dog comes when called is because what you have is better than what he's currently doing. This is simply building on your dog's motivators. Leave the stinky napkin and come for a little pat on the head. Probably keep sniffing the stinky napkin. How about leave the stinky napkin and come for a little peanut butter flavored cookie? Maybe we're talking more his language. So when we're trying to introduce this flawless come cue, start motivating and paying your dog out with a better motivator than just a little ear scratch. Okay? Little baby. And let your dog tell you what his motivators are. Don't assume that he loves kisses on the head. Okay? Because I bet you a little piece of hand might work just as well. My fifth reason your dog comes when called is because you don't use the word only to leave the dog park or get in the car to go to the vet. We want to associate this word to something fabulous every single time, especially when we're trying to get it a real strong, flawless recall, and not just for our dog to say, come here, let me brush your teeth. Come here, Fido, I'm going to bathe you under a sudsy water and soap. Use it for fabulous things, and if they don't have a good recall yet, go to your dog, leash them up, and take them where you need to go. Avoid using cum. Now the sixth reason your dog comes when called is because your body language and your vocal tone are pleasant to neutral. I mean, this is pretty obvious, but think about it. Come here right now. Or how about, come. Hope I didn't blow anyone's eardrums out with that. But what we want is our dogs to not misinterpret what our cues are based on our emotion, or our mood, or our attitude, or our frustration. So let's try to make our commands clear and concise so they understand what we mean, and not that famous saying of, you know, it's not what you said, it's how you said it. Now the seventh reason your dog comes when called is because you're at his eye level. You know, it takes practice and consistency to get these recalls down on time, but just squat. What do you think? Body language standing up, arms tapping my legs, or squatting on the ground, arms wide open, maybe patting my chest? Your dog's going to see you on the ground and go, hey, what's going on over there? We're building on the dog's natural interest to come sniff us or lick our face. So use it in your protocol when trying to get a strong recall. Now my eighth and ninth reasons are all about the fun factor. Okay, we need to make this kind of fun. Training should not be so serious. I love the game of hide and seek. Classic game of hide and seek. People go hide, dog comes to seek you out. Okay, not only are we having fun with this, but guess what? We're building our dog's recall when they can't even see us. Easy game to play, we've all played it. Let's play it with our dogs. My ninth reason is another fun game called Doggy Ping Pong. I think some other trainers called it Doggy in the Middle. It's a great game. Get your family and friends involved, or anyone who's involved in training or any caretaking of your pet. You can get in a group or two people across from each other. Call your dog to you, maybe going to his eye level or patting your leg. Reward and release. Next person calls. Reward and release. And before you know it, you've got little Fido zipping around between a bunch of people as fast as you can, and inherently building up speed, inherently building up other vocal tones and pitches, getting used to men's voice, women's voice, children's voice, coming to whomever calls. Great game. My 10th reason dogs come when called, which I personally feel is the most important, is setting your dog up to succeed. This is about identifying what your training goal is for your recall and adding those into incremental steps that are small enough that your dog can actually handle it. So if I want my dog to start to get to 50-yard recall or leave a group of dog play and come to me, I'm going to put that into pretty small baby steps. If I dropped the hot dog right here in front of me and expected my dog to leave it, I'd be sorely mistaken. Not going to happen. No way. But maybe that's my training goal. 4 pounds of hot dog, I'm going to start off with a tiny little piece of hot dog. My dog recalls from it. Beautiful. I get excited. I throw on 2 pieces of hot dog. Oh, 2 pieces of hot dog blows her mind. She can't leave it. Maybe I look at 1.5 pieces of hot dog, or I put the hot dog in Tupperware. I have to break this down in small enough steps where I know she can be successful. At the last part of this handout at the bottom, I have a few extra tips. I want everyone to track their progress. And this can be in distance, or this can be in seconds. Does your dog recall to you in 35 seconds? Does your dog recall to you in 30 seconds? It's easy to miss 5 seconds, but I see that as progress. So identify what your training goal and see how you can start determining what progress is. And when your dog fails, figure out why. Focus on the why and not the fact that your dog is being deviant, because it's not a learned behavior yet. They just don't know any better. And if you're frustrated, start another day. A dog that understands frustration and starts to avoid you starts avoiding all commands. So let's not try to get him to read our emotions or mood. An overly emotional command won't be very successful.